Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Ruchakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, as well as double honor to their elders. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, as well as peace and blessings to all the believers of Yahweh Shai. And this is going to be Leviticus 19, part 2. I'm going to go through verses 13 through 25 in this lesson. The Lord willing be edifying and to the point. So this Leviticus 13 and 19. Thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. Now, let me go to the word defraud just to get a deeper understanding. This is H6231. And the word in the Hebrew there is ishak. And outline of biblical usage says to press upon, oppress, violate, defraud, do violence, get deceitfully, wrong, extort. This is how you can defraud your brother, extorting him, exploiting him, all these, So we shouldn't be doing this against a brother. So, or robbing brothers, if you got money around your house and you inviting brothers out, that money should be able to sit anywhere. And it's going to be there at the end of the day, It said, keep going. It says, the wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning. And what we're living in hell right now because Esau is unrighteous. He doesn't follow this. We got to get paid weekly and bi-weekly. We're not getting our wages at the end of every day as it should be. But this law, the law is for us, This is amongst our people, So if you're hiring a fellow Israelite, you gotta pay him at the end of the day. You're not gonna hold your wages or I'll pay you in a week. You did the work today, so you get paid today. Keep going. Verse 14. Thou shalt not curse the deaf, nor put a stumbling block before the blind, but shall fear thy power. I am Yahweh. That the scripture is plain. It's literally speaking right here. You're not supposed. Don't curse the deaf or put something in front of a blind person to stumble. Verse 15. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty. But in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. We can't be irrespective of a person because you're poor. Salaki, because you're rich. You can give me a bribe and then I'll judge in your favor instead of, the poor person when the poor person, was in the right. That's unrighteousness, and that's what happens here a lot in America. You got money, you can get off. And Esau going to get off the handle anyway, Let me bring this precept. I think it's Psalms 75 or 73. Let me see. Might be Psalm 73. Psalm 73 and 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Speaking about these Edomites not going through what we're going through, or as far as judgment, it's going to be ruled in their favor because they're in the power seat right now. They have the authority. They got the money. They're the rich and we're the poor. But, amongst our people, we shouldn't be doing that. We're going to judge justly, where was I at? Leviticus 19 and 15. I read that again. Leviticus 19 and 15. You shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty. But in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. That's why the righteous authority is going to be set up over the planet Earth again under Yahweh Shai, the 12, the 144,000. We're going to rule the earth in righteousness. We're going to judge rightly. That's why that's why we're here right now in this sinful flesh going through what we're going through because of God, he knows both sides. We're going to be able to judge a righteous judgment and a just judgment because we've been through it. We know what it's like to be in this flesh, Salakia. I'm going to keep going. Verse 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am Yahweh. And I'll read this in an NLT. It says it plainly. Leviticus 19 and 16. Do not spread slanderous gossip among your people. And that's what women do. We shouldn't be doing this as women or men, in this truth, as a believer of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You're not to be spreading gossip, Do not stand idly by when your neighbor's life is threatened. I am Yahweh. If you see a brother in trouble, going through something, help him out. Verse 17, back in the KJV, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. And you know that the Hebrew word goes into your lab, your mind. So we shouldn't be hating brothers. We should be forgiving. The scriptures say forgive your brother on 70, roughly paraphrasing, 70 times 7, times. So we should be forgiving always. It says, thou shalt, verse 17 from the top again, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. Yeah, so we're supposed to correct our brother, our sister. We see in them going off, rebuke him, correct them. Hey, you're going off. You're going the wrong way. Hey, do this instead, or, pray, fast, do what you have to do. Change what you need to change. But, hey, we have to rebuke our neighbor, and speak for myself first and foremost. I have a hard time doing that. But, hey, you got to you have to do it sometimes. And just let Yahweh Shem Yahushua deal with the rest. Verse 18, thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am Yahweh. Plain. We're not supposed to be bearing grudges against your brother or sister. For what? The Yahweh Shem Yahushua has forgiven us as his people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. He's forgiven us. So why can't we forgive our brother, of something that he might have done against you, We are to be forgiven. What can we hold on to a grudge for, man? We all at the mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We all need his mercy. And I just want to get a quick definition for this word grudge, And I'm going to read this one. It says, grudge, a persistent feeling of ill will or resentment resulting from a past insult or injury. You're just hanging on to the past. So this brother did this to me. I ain't going to never forget that. I'm always going to hold this against that brother. No. Let it go, man. Like I said, Yahweh Shem Yahushua has forgiven us for all the sins that we've committed against him. He broken his law, But guess what? He's still calling us back. He's called him, Lord willing, be at that number, a remnant back to him, He has not forsaken the Israelites. But yeah, we're not supposed to be holding no grudges against brothers. I'm going to read this in the NLT, the 18th verse, Leviticus 19:18. Do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against a fellow Israelite, but love your neighbor as yourself. I am Yahweh, So who are our neighbors? Our fellow Israelites, That's why in the scripture say, love your neighbor. Who is your neighbor? Your Israelite. It's not talking about anybody in the world and Esau, Edom, man. But this scripture here, it sparked my spirit to get a pull. What's that? 2nd Ezra 3, I believe. Yeah, 2nd Ezra 3 and 34. Because the laws, statutes, commandments were given to the Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The law is for us, And we've always kept the law. The heathens didn't keep our laws. They served their own gods and did their own, thing, But let me just read this precept here. 2nd Ezra 3 and 34. Weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and there is also that dwell in the world. And so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel. Or when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have so kept thy commandments? Thou shalt find that Israel by name hath kept thy precepts, but not the heathen, man. So the law is for us, all these precepts and different laws here, was kept between, the Israelites. We weren't, putting these laws upon the heathen. We're going to put the laws upon the heathen and force them to keep our laws in the kingdom, man. Just how we're forced to keep Esau's laws here. But continuing on, verse 19, Leviticus 19 and 19, ye shall keep my statutes. Thou shalt not let thy cattle gender with a diverse kind. Man, and that what is a fucking liger? A lion and a tiger. Esau is a mad scientist, man. He can only do wickedness. He goes contrary to the scriptures, But we're not to do this with our cattle, some wickedness like that. Ye shall keep my statutes. Thou shalt not let thy cattle gender with a diverse kind. Thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed. Another thing that Esau goes off on, just putting all kind of, plants next to each other and all kinds of fruits in the same field. It says, neither shall a garment mingled of linen and woolen come upon thee. And this is a good example to show how we're just rehearsing the righteous acts, man, because how can you get around this? You'll be going broke trying to figure out how to get an outfit together that's purely linen or purely wool. we we in hell, and what are your shoes made out of, man? So, hey, this is something we're just a rehearsal of the righteous. Like, we know we can't keep everything perfectly, and this is one of those things. You're not about to have this is all kind, my shoes cotton, everything linen, which you might have one outfit like that, but a whole wardrobe, I doubt it. We poor here. We don't got the money for that. But let me continue on. It says, verse 20, and whosoever lieth carnally with a woman that is a bondmaid, betrothed to an husband, and not at all redeemed, nor freedom given her. So this is talking about a slave woman. I'm reading NLT too. It say a little bit plain than that, but it's talking about a slave woman, a heathen woman at that. She shall be scourged. They shall not be put to death because she was not free. I'll read this in the NLT. If a man has sex with a slave girl whose freedom has never been purchased, but who is committed to become another man's wife, he must pay full compensation to her master. But since she is not a free woman, neither the man nor the woman will be put to death. So plain. Keep going. Verse 21. And he shall bring his trespass offering unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, even a ram for a trespass offering. And I'm just thinking myself, a whole ram. That couldn't have been easy to get your hands on. Hey, this is why the law set up, to not go off. If you go off in this type of situation, you got a whole ram you need to bring for a trespass officer, man. So that kept us away from doing something unrighteous like that. Verse 22. And the priest shall make an atonement for him with the ram of the trespass offering before Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai for his sin which he had done, and the sin which he had done shall be forgiven him. And this is why the Most High done away with animal sacrifice as a sin, because Israel was just being completely unrighteous. They had it. They had, rams and lambs, turtle doves. They just had it on the side ready. They was ready to give the sacrifice. They to go do the sin and then go right and do a sacrifice. That's why the Most High got rid of that. Verse 23. And when ye shall come into the land, and shall have planted all manner of trees for food, then ye shall count the fruit thereof as uncircumcised. 3 years it shall be uncircumcised unto you, it shall not be eaten of. And once again, go back to the NLT, verse 23. When you enter the land and plant fruit trees, leave the fruit unharvested for the first 3 years, and consider it forbidden. Do not eat it, So that's all they mean when it say consider it uncircumcised, don't eat this fruit, Hey, and it's going to explain it right here in the next 2 verses. But in the 4th year, all the fruit thereof shall be holy to praise Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai with all, And read it in NLT 2, verse 24. In the 4th year, the entire crop must be consecrated to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai as a celebration of praise, The Most High requires the first fruit of many things, And I'm going to bring up a precept to prove that. But let's end it off here not end it, but I'll bring the precept out here in Exodus after this, verse 25, Leviticus 19:25. And in the 5th year shall ye eat of the fruit thereof, that it may yield unto you the increase thereof. I am Yahweh, your power. And back in the NLT in the verse 25. Finally, in the 5th year you may eat the fruit. If you follow this pattern, your harvest will increase. I am Yahweh, your power. So we have to give the first fruits unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Then we can receive the blessing. But Exodus 22 and 29. That's ended off here. Exodus 22 and verse 29. I'm reading both in the KJV and NLT. It says, "Thou shalt not delay to offer the first of thy ripe fruits, and of thy liquors, the firstborn of thy sons shalt thou give unto me." You know, this is what Yahweh Shem Shai requires of us. The first fruits, man. The verse 29 in the NLT, it says, "You must not hold back anything when you give me offerings from your crops and your wine. You must give me your firstborn sons." So it's in the law that we should give Yahweh Shem Shai the first fruit of our sons, and also the first fruit of our crops, you know. But Lord willing, this was edifying and to the point. This was Leviticus 19, chapter 13 through 25. And Lord willing, next Sabbath day, come back with the rest of the chapter 25 or 26 to the end, you know. But we give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, as well as peace and blessings to all the believers of Yahweh Shai. Shalom.